Oh hi, in this video I'm going to look at modifying full screen cover so we can create a customized text box in the style of a pop-up or alert. So you could put in there, for example, you can type in AirPods and it appears in your list. You could actually use full screen cover to create any style of pop-up image you can build in a view. So this is just one example. As always, I'll try to create a practical example and keep the code as simple as possible. So if this is something that you might find helpful, let's code this example. Okay, so starting with a blank SwiftUI project, I'm using SwiftUI lifecycle. First thing we're going to do is set up a simple list. Let's input the code. So in between content view and body, we're going to create our list. So that's going to be at state var, and just call this list items. A simple list, I'm just going to put 3 items in here to start off with. So we'll just type iPhone, iPad and MacBook. Okay, simple enough. We're going to take this text out in the padding and then we're going to put a navigation view in there, navigation view. Now we're going to create a way of showing our list. So we type list, brackets, and then for each. Put list items, comma, ID, colon, backslash, dot, self, brackets, and then we're going to put string in. So in there we're just going to put text and string, and we're just going to give this a navigation title, something simple, navigation title, we'll just call it list. Okay, so let's just run that and set it to something else other than. Okay, so what we've got is a simple list. We're next going to create a navigation button, a variable, so that we can call our full screen cover. Let's just click into that, and what we'll do there is we'll, underneath where it says at state, we're going to type in at state var show custom pop-up. Yep, and we'll just set that as a Boolean value and set it to false. Okay, that's all good. So next we're going to create our navigation bar button. What we're going to do is just underneath where it says navigation list, we're going to type dot navigation bar items. That's what we want. We want the one that says trailing, and in there we're going to type button, and then we're going to put brackets. So in there we're going to put action colon, and then we need another bracket, different type of bracket. Let's just move that down. We're going to put self dot show custom pop-up dot toggle. So we want to set our Boolean value to true by using toggle. It's all good, and then we'll just, always gets confusing with these brackets. I think that's right. We're going to put comma label colon brackets text, and then we're going to put speech marks plus speech marks. I'm just going to set that to dot image scale. Just move that on a bit. I'm going to set that to large. Dot large. And then I'm going to go for dot font and dot system. We want the size, one that says size. I'm going to set that to 50. So I think that's all good. Let's just run that, see what we've got. Okay, we've got quite a simple button, but as you can see, it doesn't actually do anything yet. So let's just click out of that. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is create our full screen cover view. And create something with a text field and a done button so we can add items to our list. We will also need to create a binding variable to the show custom pop-up variable we created earlier. And second view. Colon view. Brackets. Next I'm going to create a binding variable that's going to link up to our variable show custom pop-up in the content view. So we're going to put at binding var remove pop-up and we're going to create a state value for var item name for text field. Call that, and we're going to set that for a string, so that's where we can input our new item for the list. And we're going to create an at binding var add list item string. So that's going to be where we're going to be able to add a new item to our list in the content view. So I'm going to put var body colon some view, and I'm going to create a Z stack, and I'm going to set a color for a background. So we're going to use color dot blue, dot edges, ignoring all, yep, dot all, that's what we want. And then corner radius, set that to 25. Okay, we need to create a V stack because I'm going to put a text field and a done button, like I showed you in the example, above each other. So on the V stack, and in there I'm going to put text field, comma, enter item, comma, sorry, text, colon, so that's a $ item name for text field, and I'm going to put dot multi, yep, we're going to center that. And I'm also going to put a frame on that as well, so frame, we want width, height and alignment. So I'm going to set that to, that's 200, I'm going to set the height to 30. I'm just going to set the background color to white, dot background, and then I'm going to put color dot white, okay, that all seems to be good apart from that, so that's color, yep. And the next thing we want to do, obviously we've created our text field, so we want to create our done button, so we'll put text and done in there. Going to keep it simple, so I'm just going to use an on tap gesture on top of that. So on tap gesture, and inside we're going to say if item name for text field, i.e. the whatever in the text field is not blank. So we'll just do that by doing is not, and then we're going to put some speech marks. So there's nothing in the speech marks. Brackets, we're going to put add list. So we're going to add the list to append it to our what we're doing there is we're just going to, we've already created the list in the content view called add list item. We're going to append whatever's in our text box to that. We'll just need to obviously reset the full screen cover when we've done that. So dot remove pop up, and we'll set that to dot toggle. Okay, so that's our second view done. Let's just run that and see what we've got so far. Okay, as you can see, nothing quite works yet, and that's because we haven't gone up to our content view and told it about the full screen cover yet and got it to present. So what we need to do is where we've got navigation title list, I think I'll just go above there actually. So I'll put dot full screen cover. I'm just going to type this out, I'm not going to choose any of those options. So full screen cover, I'm going to go is presented, and then I'm going to use the $, and I'm going to show our custom pop-up. That's it. In the brackets, I'm going to tell it that the view we want to present is our second view. Yep, that's what we want. And remove pop-up. I'm just going to set that to self dot and $, show custom pop-up, comma, add list item, self dot $, list items. Okay, and that looks good. Yep, that's exactly what I want. Let's just run that and see what we've got now. We should at least get something. Okay, we've got our full screen cover, we've got our text field, we've got our done button, but what we haven't done yet is we haven't cleared the full screen cover background. First thing we need to do is we need to go down underneath our second view. So what we're going to do is use something called UI view representable. And inside that, we're going to clear the full screen cover background and then return it. So let's just type a new struct in here. So struct, and then we're going to go clear full cover background. And UI view representable. Func make UI view context colon context, and then that in there, and then UI view. And we're going to say let view equal UI view. And we're going to use something called dispatch queue. That's the one. .main .async. And this is the part where we're going to clear the background from our view. So we're going to type view .superview question mark .superview question mark background color equals dot clear, and just there under there we're going to return the view, so return view, and just under there we're going to put func update UI view. UI view, yeah, they want that one, so we're going to choose that. We don't need any code in there. So let's just go back up to our content view and go back in there. So we'll put that background, and in there we're going to put clear full cover background. You just need to put 2 more brackets in there actually for that to work, and then dot frame width. I don't need the alignment, so we're just going to put in 250 in there, and comma height of 150 in there. Fingers crossed now, we run it. There you go, quite simple, and you can put an item in there. So let's just put, I don't know, AirPods in there. And let's click the done button, hopefully it should appear in the list. Yep, it does. So as you can see, that's quite a useful device that you could probably use in your programs, but you know, you could probably create something with far more imagination than I've done with that. So even if, for example, in this simple example, if you wanted to change, say, that little text box to an image of some sort, you can do that quite easily. I'll just demonstrate that for you. So what I've done is just grabbed an image, just a different color scheme. I've put it into my asset cassette. This is where the point of the program where we set our color. So if we'll just remove that, so you can still use it later on. And what we're going to do there is I'm just going to put in the Z stack, I'm going to put in image, and it was called untitled, I think, with a capital U. I'm just going to set that to resizable. Let's just run that. Okay, and like I say, you can use your imagination. I'm sure you can create something far better than what I've done there. So I hope that's been useful, and thanks for watching.